Hello and welcome to the next installment of By Buddy Read, which is a project that I'm running with Malin from Just Malins, where every month or so we read a book that has to do with bi stuff, queer stuff, sexual gender orientation more generally. And so this issue, installment, what have you, is the combined July and August one because me and Malin are just busy queers trying to live our lives. And for this one, very pleased to be talking before you about Beauty Queens by bibuddyread. I don't even know how to talk about this book because I love it so much. In essence, the story is in fact about a group of beauty queens who are on their way to a pageant, flying to the pageant, and on the way there they crash on this island and then they have to survive. This book is giving me Lord of the Flies meets 1984, but except not shitty, and the main focus is intersectional feminism. I'm not going to give away too much about the structure or how the book is set up and told, things like that, because I went in not knowing any of that really, and I feel that you also deserve to have that experience because it is excellent. However, I will say that this is the most salty and satirical book I've ever read. This is emblematic of rigorous analysis, specifically intersectional feminist analysis through fiction. It's incredible. What is truly phenomenal about this piece of exquisite literature is that it speaks to so many different forms of oppression within girlhood. Areas of oppression that this book discusses and speaks to include things like being a woman of color, girl of color, and these kind of pageantry situations, as well as just life generally, and having to vie against fellow girls and women of color for the specific tokening position, and how this can result in solidarity, which is beautiful. As disability, talks about queerness and sexual orientation and the fluidity around that and the anxiety that comes when you do not tether yourself to a binary identity. Talks about being trans and the issues that cis people have around that, because they're not trans issues, they're cis people issues. It is just so good because it is specific. Like, it's not even that it just includes these narratives and these situations and stories that people encounter in their everyday life all the time. It's not that it just alludes to them or just includes them and is like, that's good enough for a diverse narrative. No. She goes into such specific detail as to how it affects each person in their own intersection of experiences. I am mad about how good this book is. I am genuinely distraught and kind of upset. And I don't really want to say any more than that because I just want you to read it. That was Beauty Queens by bibuddyread. As always, I will link the playlist where we've talked about all of our past By Buddy reads, and you should of course listen to Malin's thoughts on this book. Goodbye, be kind to yourselves, and I highly encourage you to read this book as part of your self-care if you are able to.